Hello, welcome to my living room floor for like the third week in a row. I promise eventually we'll go back up to like my art room, but there's so much light in here, and that room has one window and the sun's not on that side, so it doesn't get much light. Anyway, I got some new things. So there's a girl that I follow on YouTube. I've talked about her in I think like 2 or 3 videos at this point. Her name's Frankie, and her art is stunning, and she used watercolor to create, I think it was like 3 separate products in less than 48 hours. Jesus, I had to fight for that. And then another artist I watch, her name is Emroule Art, EMROULEAURTE, Emroule. Not quite sure how to say her name, but her art's also phenomenal, and she just recently started using watercolor. So I got a watercolor palette, and I've talked a lot of shit about watercolor up to this point. Mainly because like I had a bad experience with it, but it was also like one of those really cheap palettes that you get for little kids. So it was never gonna work. But this is by the brand Meeden. I've got it through Frankie's Amazon link, like literally all the things that I got. This sketchbook is specifically a watercolor sketchbook. It's 200 GSM, whatever that means, 60 acid-free pages. It doesn't say if it's hot pressed or cold pressed, which apparently is important. 95-pound weight. I really don't know what any of these things mean. So in essence, this is gonna be my first time using watercolor, like since being really little. And I'm very excited. Like I've seen the light washes that you can get, and honestly, like I feel like the type of art that I've been trying to make with gouache is what watercolor actually is, and maybe I've just been using the wrong medium this whole time. That being said, I still love gouache, and I'm still gonna use gouache. Like, don't get it twisted. But I don't think there's ever a reason not to try a new art medium. Like, this is what I love to do. This is my hobby, and I have the money to pay for it, so it'd be stupid not to. But this is a sketchbook. It's pretty cute. It's by the brand Handbook Journal Co. It's by Speedball. Boom. So she's really cute. Comes with a little spot for your name. The pages are like really thick. I've seen like some people use watercolor where they wet the whole page and then paint, and then some people use watercolor in the same way that I use gouache, and just like put water in the gouache, mix it around, try to get whatever consistency you want. So we're really gonna be exploring that. I'm not quite sure. And there's also a little pocket in the back. And then this is by Artify. I got some brushes because like I have really nice brushes that my fiance got me for Christmas. It's these right here. I love them, and I think they're legitimately the best brushes ever. I've thrown away all my other brushes that I've gotten from like Walmart. It's by the brand Princeton. Like I said, fucking amazing brushes. But the smallest detail brush that I have are these two, and I really like working really small, and I don't have that ability with these two. Even with this one, like the lines are still much thicker than what I want. So in comparison, the smallest of these is this like itty bitty teeny tiny fucking probably won't even pick up on camera size. So to compare the two, right, significant size difference. Like this is insane. And it comes with its own carrying case, and like the little buttons, the clasps are magnetic, so that's also really exciting. And it's just like a cute little carrying case, you know? Boom, ready to go. So these are the two like utility things, I guess. Like I need those to do the art, and here's the actual producer of the art. So like I said, this is by Meeden. I'm gonna face you down a little bit more so you can actually see me opening it. So full transparency, I have already opened it and looked into it, but when you first open it, you get these like color swatches. I haven't opened this up. Oh, they're laminated. That's really sick. Okay, so you get laminated color swatches. I guess you could just leave it over. I don't even know if this is the right way, to be honest. Yeah, okay. And then here's for the other side. That's pretty sick. And then they also give you the thing where you can do your own swatches with the associated colors. So that's really cool, actually. I like this a lot. I've never had something that fit inside the palette. Like, I have my Maya Jelly Gouache, and that came with like a palette, but I'm not gonna keep that because it's just like too big. Anyway, that's more of a me problem than a them problem. Ah! It also comes with these two like empty slots. I'm not quite sure what that's for. A slot right here for brushes, and then it comes with this brush. That brush and this pencil, I've already started sharpening it. I'm not gonna use this pencil because my 6H pencil gets a much lighter mark. So it's nice that it comes with it. I'm not gonna use it. It also comes with a little eraser and a built-in palette, which I think is pretty sick. I don't know if you can actually detach it. I don't think you can, or maybe you can. I really don't want to break this. I'm not gonna detach it, but the one thing, like, it's cool that it's built in, but at the same time, like, it's not staying flat, it's leaning down, which I don't like, because then it's gonna start sliding. But maybe you're just not supposed to use that much water. Like I said, I don't know how to use watercolor, so this is gonna be a fun thing for us to figure out together. But I'm going to use my just like regular Blick Studios 6H pencil to sketch something like really simple out. Actually, I'm not even gonna sketch. I'm gonna put some tape on here to hold the page down, and then we're just gonna start, because I really am interested in how this stuff works. I'm also kind of working on a time constraint, so I do need to get some clean water, because this water in here is from the last time I used my acrylics, and I really don't want to get that on here. So I'm gonna go get some water, and I'll be back in a second. Because I am working on a time constraint, I think what I'm gonna do is just use one of my Princeton brushes, using my two little water canisters. One just for clean water to get this wet, and one to like wash the brushes off. And then I'm just using like my regular little towel that I use for everything. And I'm gonna fill these sheets out, just so I can see how the paint works. First, I don't want to go into it like hot and heavy and then get frustrated because it's not doing what I want it to do, and I don't even know what it's supposed to do, realistically. So what I'm going to do is go in, and I think just see, this is kind of inconvenient because, like, can I just take this shit off? Oh, you can take it off. Boom. So it can be put on the ground, or on the table. I do like it now. Because if it had to hang there, that's like really weird. But if I can just like fucking pop it back in there, which I obviously can, that's fire. So yeah, I'm just gonna take this and do some little swatches and see how it goes. Let me see if I can get y'all close. Wow. So this entire time I've been talking and I wasn't recording. That's honestly really tragic. But basically, I said my initial thoughts on this watercolor. For the first one, I said I really didn't like the gathering, but that's more so due to the paper, because the paper is just like really thick and has a lot of ridges in it. So it makes sense that the water is going to pull in those areas. However, looking at it now, it's not nearly as distinct as it was the first time. So as I've been going, I'll do one layer on the whole thing, and then I'll do a second layer on the bottom so I can see how they build. And this one, first of all, I love these colors. I think they're stunning. But this one really showed me that I should have just been using watercolor. And this whole time, I've been using gouache, not knowing any better. That, like, this is what I've been trying, this is what I've been trying to achieve. The way that when I put this brush stroke on here, it will kind of, maybe not like aggressively, but it'll kind of bleed over, and it makes a beautiful gradient. And honestly, I'm not trying to do it, so that lets me know whenever I am genuinely trying to go in and get a nice blend of color. I know for a fact that it's gonna happen. And like genuinely, that's what I've tried to do, specifically with like all the flowers and stuff that I use. I want to get a really light wash and then be able to build it up. And honestly, like I haven't taken any classes on gouache, so it could 1000% be user error, or just the type of gouache that I use, because there definitely is a difference between like the Hemi jelly gouache that I use and the Maya jelly gouache, in like how well they work. Obviously the quality is just different. Winsor Newton's been around forever, and I don't know if Maya jelly gouache has been around forever, but I'm gonna assume not. And that's like no shade, because I love my Maya jelly gouache. I literally have 3 separate palettes of Maya jelly gouache, so it's not at all an insult to them. They're the first gouache that I truly love. Like, this is just showing me the opportunities that I'll have going forward to achieve the stuff that I want to. Like, there's different mediums for different purposes. Like, the way that I use my acrylic is not going to be the same way that I use my gouache or my color pencils or markers or crayons. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, the other day I was trying to get back into doing gouache because I hadn't done gouache in quite a while, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do really light washes and I'm gonna try to get these beautiful flowers. And then there's another instance that you could see where I tried to do the same thing. I wanted to get the really light wash of colors and then like build them up. And I legitimately, that's why this page is buckled so bad. I put water in these specific areas and tried to blend them together. But I don't think that's what gouache is for. I think that's what watercolor's for. And I don't know like how well they work together, but I'm assuming, in assumptions, you know what they say about assumptions, but I'm assuming they will work together. So, and like obviously I'm gonna experiment with it, but if I want to do something that's a little bit more light and a little bit more, I don't want to say whimsical because I feel like that's just the wrong word for it, but something that's just a little bit softer, like watercolor is 1000% what I need to be using. And then I also have to remember, just because I'm using watercolor doesn't mean that I can't use other mediums as well. Like even if gouache doesn't mix well with it, I can still do color pencil or marker or crayon or whatever. Like I don't have to only use one. And because I don't remember when it actually stopped recording, because I thought I was talking to the camera for so long, these are the 2 jars that I'm using. They're literally just, this was sesame seeds and I think this was oregano. Yeah. So this one's to rinse the brushes off. This one's to add water to the palette so I don't mix in the nasty water. But yeah, like I'm really enjoying this process, and I also think every single one of the colors that I've used so far is like absolutely stunning. So that's honestly really exciting as well. I'm having a lot of fun. This is making me so excited to come home today and paint. And I really love whenever I have something like a medium that just gets me like super hype again to do some type of art. And like honestly, I was really excited to do this yesterday when I got home from work, but it just didn't end up working out that way, and that's kind of life. So I'm not mad about it, but I'm just very happy that I have time available because I have a car appointment this morning. So it didn't make any sense to go into work for like literally go into work at 9, leave by 9:30 so that I can make it to my car appointment at 10, just because like the place where I'm going to get my car done is 30 minutes away from my house and my job. So like it just would have been really stupid to go in. So why not use the extra time to do something that I care about and something that's really fun to me? But I think I'm gonna cut the camera off here and finish this page. By the time I get done with this page, I need to get ready to go get my car fixed, and I'll probably come work on this one after work, and then maybe we can knock a little painting out. I'm so excited. Like this is stunning. And I really appreciate that they give you metallic colors, because I have some metallic watercolors that I've used in a couple of my pieces, and I love them so much. And I should have known from them how wonderful they are, that watercolors are fire too. But anyway, I'll see you later on today, and I love you. Okay, bye darlings. As I'm sure you assumed, it's much later. It is 8:36, still April 1st. I don't know if I even said that at the beginning of the video. I think I did. Anyway, I have actually finished this pretty much as soon as I got home. This lets me know that I would never use their paper just because it buckled so bad, but maybe like watercolor does that to every paper. I don't know. I do really like the colors. The only thing that I kind of regret is, like, you see how opaque they are? In some of the color, that was such a weird way to show it. Some of the colors are like light. Let me see. Let me give you, okay. This color right here is light scarlet. Very clearly you can tell that's not a light shade. So instead of dipping it in one time and then swiping it across, and then doing that as a swatch, and then swiping it again at the bottom to get the second swatch, I was putting it in there, like swirling it around 3 times, and then making that one swatch, and then to get the darker swatch, I did the same thing 3 times. So I think this is actually much darker than how it's actually gonna turn out with the initial colors, which I'm not mad at all. I've been not doom scrolling, but avoidantly scrolling on Pinterest for inspiration for the past, I wanna say like hour, which is a problem. But it's that same like fear of failure thing creeping in, which finally, I'm now making myself do it, even though I'm a little scared to fuck it up. But like, the purpose of these is to explore and try new things, not to be scared of a piece of paper. That's dumb. Okay, so as with all my sketchbooks, I have started it out with my little blurb about what's going on in my life right now. I actually put a sticker on here because I don't think stickers will stick to the outside. It's kind of like, not a canvas material, it's just fabric. So I'm not even gonna attempt that. And all of my sketchbooks have a whole bunch of stickers on them. So this is kind of my way to commemorate it. And I talked about like fear of failure, how it's been bothering me, and how I haven't been able to start for so long. And now I'm gonna do it. But at the bottom, just as like a reminder, I have, this is your place to explore, don't deprive yourself of true freedom, right? And then this sticker says your anxiety is lying to you. And I think it's so cute. If you're interested in it, let me know, and I'll send you the link. It's a artist on Etsy. For starters, fire. I really appreciate, or shit, maybe the second page isn't. Okay, that's really nice, because all of the Strathmore sketchbooks that I have, say I go to a random page, that's not staying. Even the pages that I've very clearly like done stuff on, it's still not gonna stay down. So for this to lay flat on its own without having to tape it off is magnificent. So that's already a good start. But I have my subject matter. I'm going to be painting my Monstera over here. I'm actually just gonna bring it in front of the TV so that I can see how it looks, and that's what I'll use to paint. Because it's something, it's something relatively simple. It'll help me practice like drawing and painting what I see. But also it takes away like the scrolling element in my phone, because if I'm looking at Pinterest on my phone and I get a notification, I'm gonna look at it realistically, because I am in the mindset of avoiding this right now. As much as I don't want to be, I have to be honest with myself. So that being said, I'm gonna use these colors to kind of associate and see like what colors I want to use for this painting. I think I'm definitely, well, first of all, the green category is pretty massive. The colors that I'm most excited to use is this metallic mint and metallic apple green. It's the two in front of my 2 pointer fingers. And pretty much this entire row. I think they're all stunning. I think the only thing that I need to make sure I do is the planter pot that it's in is a shade of green. So I think I'm actually gonna use the metallic mint for the pot, just so there's a clear delineation between the plant and the planter. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and sketch it out, and then after that I'll paint, and I'll see you then. I'm really excited about this though. Like, as much as I'm kind of freaked out about it, I'm also very excited, so it's good. And I'm gonna use these. Yeah. And the palette that it came with. Very excited. Okay, I'm gonna move this plant to where I can actually see it. And I think I'm just gonna listen to music because I haven't really found anything that I wanna watch. Or maybe listen to this book because I have an Audible and I'm listening to, we haven't done a book update in a minute. I listened to the entire Avatar series. The last book is by far my favorite book. I think the last book, Court of Thorn and Roses, and the pink colored one, I can't see what that says. Something in Ruin, Wings in Ruin. Yeah, those three are my favorite. The Frost and Fury and whatever the fucking skinny one is, I really didn't care for it. Really, the fourth book, I feel like it was completely unnecessary. I really didn't care about that book at all. Like, it was really hard to care about it. And that's how I feel about the book that I'm listening to now. So I started listening to the, what was it, Assassin's Blade? What's the other book? Throne of Glass. So I started listening to that series. It's also by Sarah J. Maas. And I heard that one's really good. But you have to like fight to sit and listen to the first two books. And Jesus fucking Christ. Like, I've never been fucking less interested in listening to a book series. So this is where I fucked up though. I started, I don't know how I misread the order, but I started on Throne of Glass, even though that's the second book, so I'm completely finished with that one. And now I'm listening to Assassin's Blade. Assassin's Blade is so hard to care about. Like, with the Avatar series, I was listening to it multiple times a day and really not watching YouTube or TV that much. Anytime that I could listen to it, I was. This one is like, I'm having to force myself to listen to it, and I have a lot more motivation because I'm about to stop using all Amazon products. I already deleted Amazon. But Amazon also owns Audible. So I need to finish listening to this and cancel my subscription. Because our money matters and boycotting actually does shit. So, yeah. But yeah, this book's ass. And for whatever reason, the voice actor decided to give someone a country accent, which is, it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. It does not make sense. And it's making it so much more fucking difficult to listen to. And I still have 8 hours and 45 minutes left. And I'm kind of getting to the point of being like, I think I'm just gonna give up on this book and maybe like read some cliff notes to see what the fuck it was about, and then just buy the third book and read it. Because I can't keep doing this. I can't. This shit's terrible. All that being said, I'm going to listen to it because I fucking paid money for it. So I'm gonna move my plant, listen to this terrible book, and hopefully be sketching within the next, hopefully 30 minutes. It's 8:46 now. So hopefully I'm done by like 9:10 because I want to go to bed and have everything like packed up and ready for tomorrow by 10. So we'll see how that goes. Wish me luck. Please ignore my obnoxious light over here. But this is her. She's very large and beautiful. I got her and I think she only had 3 leaves. I've had her for about a year and some change. 2 years. I've had her for about 2 years. She's thriving. Anyway, this will be what I'm drawing. Okay, so this is where we're leaving off. Obviously, I was not looking at the actual plant. If I would have looked at the actual plant, I would have seen that these colors are completely different. But so far I do really like how the watercolors work. I like how easily they blend. And how, like, it's just so easy to get pigment. Like, you do 2-3 swipes, put it on here on a little droplet of water, and you get so much pigment. The only thing that I need to figure out is how to actually build it up, because I know you can do it, I just don't know how to do it yet. But I'm happy with the progress. I'm excited to work on it again tomorrow, but it is currently, 10:12, so it's time to go to bed. I now have 7 hours and 23 minutes left, so that's progress. Hey girl, it's the 3rd of April. It is, I think, like 6:03 p.m. and I finished this painting yesterday. I didn't end up showing it after I did it, but I really think it's pretty. I love it. I love watercolor so much. I think it's right on par with gouache for me. I just need to figure out how to use it to get those light washes of color, and I genuinely think that just means I need to apply more water. Like I said, I do like this, but I feel like this looks kind of empty, and like I low-key like the look, but at the same time I want to add something else here. So since this is literally my plant, I figured why not use one of my other plants as a reference. So I have this pothos right here. I have had it for probably, I'm gonna say 2 years, because I bought it like soon after I moved into my old apartment. She was thriving, she was doing great. It was pretty much down to the floor when I had it on my little bookshelf over here, which is, I think, up to like right here on me, and I'm 5'3". So anyway, it was really long, and then I left for like a month, and I didn't leave Trey any care instructions for any of my plants. So it's not his fault, like, at all. I should have left the care instructions because he asked me like multiple times, so it's not on him. Anyways, she died, so I cut all of the like strands off, and I just started watering it. I watered it whenever I watered the rest of my plants, which is generally like once a week, once every week and a half, somewhere around that time frame. And about 2 months ago, she started sprouting again, and I think it is a very poetic way to, one, commemorate this plant, because I love the plant, and the pot is stunning. I don't know if you can see the texture on it, but it has like little crackles and stuff throughout it, and I think it's really pretty. But also the plant, like the plant shows how resilient you can be if you want to be. Like, it had completely died basically, and now it has this thick, luscious foliage that's honestly, I think, much thicker than it was growing when it was getting long, because it was starting to get kind of like gangly, like it was just putting out really long trails without a whole bunch of leaves on it. And yeah, they're kind of small, but like it's building from the bottom. Like, it literally started all the way over, and there's so many like healthy little tap roots popping out and new baby leaves, and this plant's just awesome to me. So I think this is what I'm gonna paint, and I think what I'm gonna do is put a little table right here and have the plant sitting on top of the table. I think that will be stunning and a good way to close out the video. So this time, I'm gonna make sure to actually record myself painting it, because like I slightly recorded myself painting this one, but I was also watching TV at the same time. So I just didn't. Like, I stopped halfway through so I could watch the show that I was watching. But yeah, so I'm excited. I'm going to put the plant right here on the edge of this table so I can see it well. It is gonna have a different light source. Also, this plant doesn't look like it has a light source in the first place, so I really don't think it'll matter that much. But I think it's time for us to get started. So these are actually really useful. I've never had cards to or like any type of swatches for any of the materials that I use. And this is very much so making me want to do this for every fucking thing that I own, so that I have something to reference. So I have those cards in front of me, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and open up my little paintbrush holder, which is so cute. This shit is fire. Yeah, have my paintbrush holder open, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. I am definitely gonna sketch this out first. I have my 6H pencil right here ready to go, and I'm gonna look up some inspiration for a table. I know I wanna do something that's like kind of grandma-y, where it's like the tabletop's kind of thin, maybe like an oval or a square, and then those legs that kind of curl on the end. I think that would be cool. And then maybe like have a little heart as so if this is the top of the table, the part that goes like this, how some of them have like that trim on it, I think that'd be pretty cute. But I'm gonna look for like some vintage bedside table inspiration, and then I'll show you what I choose, and then we'll get started. But yeah, I hope you're having a beautiful day. I've had a good day. Even better now that I'm home, obviously. But yeah, I'm gonna find that inspiration, and then I'll talk to you after that. Bye! Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot to turn the camera on. So I have the sketch. It's very simple and basic. I'm actually gonna record this on my phone because I feel like the camera isn't gonna pick it up as well, and I also just don't feel like detaching you. So this is what it looks like, nothing crazy. In relation to the Monstera, it's actually really small, so I'm hoping that doesn't make the page look weird. I think I may do like a hanging plant right here as well, just to kind of finish out the page and make this side not look so empty. But I'm ready to get started, so let's do it. Hello, my beautiful friends. This is the end of the video. So, basic review. This is the meeden gouache. I think I already showed it to you. If you want the link to it, let me know, and I will put it in the comment section or whatever. But this is what we ended up making. I think it's really pretty. And I'll put like another video a little bit more up close showing you what it looks like. But I really like it. I feel like I could get a much wider array of colors with this. I do think it was also a lot easier to remove color that I didn't want than gouache. Like, I'm obviously still learning how to use it, but I do think this is easier to use because I feel like I figured out how to use this and get the results that I liked by this third painting. And the third painting was this little hanging plant right here. And I honestly love everything about this hanging plant. So I think I'm also gonna start exploring this style specifically with the pot having a whole bunch of different tones and like color to it. I think it's stunning. I love it so much. I love the leaves. And one of the things that I was really worried about with watercolors not being able to get a dark enough wash, but that's literally not an issue at all. Just have to add a little bit more of the watercolor, and that's legitimately it. I really appreciate that you have such a wide range of shades that you can get. And also, I don't know if it's because this paper is just really good or if this watercolor is really high quality. It could very well be both, but like this paper didn't buckle nearly as much as my Strathmore mixed media notebooks. I'm looking around because I don't know if I have any of them near me. Okay, yeah. So like, let me see. So like this page is watercolor, and if you look at it, you can see it is extremely, or maybe you can't actually tell. Let me hold this page down. It's really like worked, and I feel like you can't really tell, but even this one, there was very minimal, this one right here, there was very minimal water used, and the pages are still really worked. Same thing with this one. This one I actually did use a pretty decent amount of water, but all this is to say, I think I may transition from Strathmore once I finish this. I have this one and a larger sketchbook that I would have to finish, but I think after I finish these two, I may switch over to Speedball because this paper is fire. And I don't just use watercolor, like obviously, like I've said before, I use gouache, but I feel like they shouldn't have the same requirements. So I don't see why it would be an issue to transition over to this. And for this to be like the first page that I have in the sketchbook is, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Also, these things, I will be doing this for all the art supplies that I have. I just need to figure out which sketchbook I want to do it in because this is fucking amazing. Like I wish I would have known how useful these were previously because I would have kept the one that I had for my Maya jelly gouache, and I probably would have already done it for my color pencils. This is like extremely helpful when deciding what color I want, because like looking at these watercolors, it does not show you what they actually look like at all. Like I'm looking at 4 times 3, 12. I'm looking at 12 different colors and they all look the exact same in the pan, and the 12 different colors that I'm talking about are between these fingers and these fingers. So literally very aggressively different shade range, but they look the exact same in this pan. So if I didn't have this, it would have made this shit damn near impossible because I'd have to keep swatching to figure out what colors are even there. But yeah, this is, I think, the best like water activated product that I've ever used. So I did remember I had watercolor pencils, and that was the watercolor thing that I've used previously, and I hated it so much. I hated everything about them, but I also really didn't know how to use them, and I also wasn't good at drawing. So I don't think it was the pencil's fault. I think it was user error, but by far my new favorite thing. I don't see myself really using anything outside of this gouache and acrylic, period. But whenever it comes time for me to paint, this is gonna be what I'm reaching for every single time. So it's really exciting. I'm very happy about that. I finally found my thing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave it a like and let me know if you have used watercolor, and if you have, like, what's your favorite brand? Have you used this brand? Have you seen this brand? Do you know the girl that I'm talking about? Frankie is her name. That's literally where I got all of these items. The brushes, the sketchbook, and the gouache all came from her Amazon storefront thing. And it was the last thing that I bought on Amazon, because I have deleted Amazon because we boycotted. But yeah, I'm very happy with it. And it also, I have, like, been looking at it, but I have not used it at all. It comes with a little, what are these things called? Bookmark. That's so fire. I love that. I love that so much. So now I know what page I'm on. Literally the first page, so it's not gonna be hard to remember. And this is also fire. None of my sketchbooks have this. So I'm really excited about this sketchbook. I'm very excited to fill it. But yeah, like I said, thank you for watching. Hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in next week's video.